Tonight is less about those boundless evenings and more about watching the night nest between the hills as my parents grew older and less themselves. I was 10 years old. My dad was driving me home from school in his white Cadillac Seville with the black top. We were approaching the railroad track facing the cemetery where we would turn right to go to our house. As we approached that railroad track, I remember that my dad leaned down to me and said, "Brooke, your mother's not like us." I don't know what mother-daughter drama led to this line of conversation with my dad, but I do remember that I knew exactly what he meant. He and I were black and white, analytical. Mom was colors and emotions. We were numbers and she was words. And she had high highs and low lows. And when she had those high highs and low lows, she might confuse her words or say the opposite of what she meant or forget her words altogether. But I always knew what she was trying to say. My baby kissed me last night, and I am glad to relate that by the time I got home, I was feeling great. I climbed up the door, then I opened the stairs. I said my pajamas, then I put on my prayers. I turned off the bed and crawled into the light, and all because he kissed me good night. Next morning I woke and scrambled my shoes. I shined up an egg, then I toasted the news. I buttered my tie and took another bite, and all because he kissed me good night. It was ironic that later in life, I, the numbers person, became my mom's interpreter. Her peculiar form of dementia as she got older caused her to confuse her words uncannily like what you hear in the song. But I always knew what she was trying to say. I've been thinking about that recently. You know how the weather just changes on a dime? It's like 60 degrees and then all of a sudden it's snowing and icy. And every time I remark upon this to someone, no matter how hard I concentrate, I say, you know, the weather's so crazy. It changes so abruptly, it's just like a flip switches. That's okay, it takes people a beat with that. I still can't get that right. Next evening I felt normal, so we went out again. He said good night and kissed me. I hurried home and then I powdered my hair, then I pinned up my nose. I hung up the bath, then I turned on my clothes. I put out the clock and wound the cat up tight, and all because he kissed me good night. I ran up the shade, then I pulled down the stair. I curled up the rug, then I vacuumed my hair. I just couldn't tell my left foot from